Transformation Incubator. Let's keep clapping until he's set.
This night is cold in the kingdom. I can feel you fade away. From the kitchen to the bathroom sinking. Your steps keep me awake. Don't cut me down, throw me out, leave me here to waste. I once was a man with dignity and grace. Now I'm slipping through the cracks of your cold embrace. So please, please, could you find a way to let me down slowly? A little sympathy, I hope you can show me. If you wanna go, then I'll be so lonely. If you leave, then baby, let me down slowly. Let me down, let me down, let me down.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I want you to look at your neighbor, look them in the eyes, and introduce yourself as a genius. I want you to do it now. Let's begin. Introduce yourself as a genius to your neighbor. You say, I am genius. I am smart. I am intelligent. And I want you to exchange it. The other person that has not said it, reintroduce yourself to your colleague now. And say, I am genius. So, good morning, genius. Today, I'll be talking to you because you are genius. And because we want to change our lives, because with change comes growth. Because we believe life is a product produced by the brain. So that means the quality of your life depends on what you put into the brain. And that's through your thinking and through your reading. How many of you here believe that the way you think has an effect in your life? Raise your hand. If you believe the way you think has an effect on your life, almost everyone believes that. And now, how many of you this morning has consciously used your thinking to create the future? A handful. And why? Majority, almost all of us, we believe that the way we think has an effect on our life. But why are we not using the thinking to change our lives? Why are we not creating the future through our thinking? And that's because we don't believe it. It comes down to belief. What if I tell you that whatever you can think of, it can happen? If you believe in that, then will you miss any moment not to think of what you want in life? No. So it comes down to belief. Because our brain responds to our environment. How your environment is reflects to your brain. But great people, they think beyond their immediate environment. They go beyond the immediate, the present. They go into the future to create the future, and the brain will assume as if it has already happened in reality. The brain does not differentiate what is imagined and what is real. So you can always trick your brain to believe that what you are thinking, it has already happened. Because your personal reality can change by changing your thinking, by changing your habits. Because like I said in my intro video, we all have 24 hours in a day. No one has 48 hours in a day. We all have equal resources. Time is the biggest resource. And we all have equal resource. But some people are more successful than others. Some people might live shorter or longer lives. But how short or how long you live does not determine your success. Because you can see someone who has lived short but was more successful. Some people lived longer but they were not as successful. So then what's the difference? There must be a lesson here. What can we learn? Is there any manual? Is there any map to follow to navigate life? Is there any formula for success? Because if we have to reset our lives, to imagine ourselves, it has to begin from the thinking process and our lifestyle. And that's why today we are going to talk about the mastery of the mind, because we are products of our minds. Have you ever been taught how to use your mind? How to use your brain? You just been born to this life. And the brain is the most powerful organ in your body. It's not user-friendly. You have to learn how to use the brain, how to use your mind. Because one of the biggest success, to give you the insight, is the mastery of the mind. Have you ever been to any class called Mind? So if it has not been taught to you, today I want to congratulate you for being in one of the classes that will teach you how to live and how to achieve, maximize your success. I want to congratulate you and admire you for your passion and commitment to being here today. Please, let's clap for ourselves for being here. You are now placed in what I call the transformation incubator, because new life is going to emerge. In the end of this workshop, you are going to begin a new life. And today I have the following content that I want to take you through this transformation incubator, because you guys, you are going to be different people at the end of this workshop. So this is our journey today. In the journey to the mastery of our minds and igniting our success, we are going to go through the following. Number one, success and happiness. We are going to talk about the concepts, the sources, and how to maximize your success and happiness. We are going to look at the theory of let go. There are so many things we have to let go to free ourselves to fly. We also have to let them. We have to let some people and certain things for us to relieve ourselves and fly and achieve greater success. And I want to also give you the world's most powerful drug for transformation and for the progress of anyone. And I'm going to take you through the theory of one thing. And the most of it all, number 6, is the concept of willpower. One of the major determinants of success is willpower. We're going to talk about love, relationships, and success. The relationships between our relationships and success. And how to navigate these two. I'm also going to give you a framework for greatness. And I'm going to also introduce you some habits that I want you to take on in the year 2024. And I'm going to recommend to you some books in 2024. This workshop or these lectures are going to be divided into 2 sessions. So I'll take you through the Zuhr prayer to cover half of it. And then when we return by 2 p.m., we will also take the remaining half. But now let's get started. Let's start with success. And let me start with engagement. I want you to share the second microphone to the audience. And I want to hear from you, your perspectives about success. Because we have to begin from the base. So you have to know where we are now and then try to reshape our understanding perspective of what is success. So what is success from your perspective? If you want to contribute, raise your hand and then pass the microphone. Hey, don't drop the microphone. Pass it through. Contribution here. Okay, quickly, because we have our live audience who are with us. A lot of people came here physically from various states. I want to acknowledge people that have come from different states to be here. Okay, go ahead, quickly, just a few seconds. On the microphone, press it harder. Hard press, long. Okay, quickly. What is success?
In my perception, success is achieving one's goals.
Okay, good. Pass it to someone next to that, achieving something, achieving your goals.
Yeah, to me, success is being the reason behind people's happiness.
Being a reason
Behind people's happiness.
people's happiness. This way, come this direction.
Well, to me, success is a realization of a worthy ideal.
Realization of what?
Of a worthy ideal.
Worthy ideal.
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 What you want.
Okay, bring
Yeah.
the microphone here. Good response. This way. Look at my hand.
Assalamu alaikum.
Okay, yes.
For me, success is being happy.
Success being happy.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Okay.
Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum
To
salam.
me, success is acknowledging from where you come from, where is your stake now, and where you are heading to.
Wow.
That is
That's
success. for
lovely.
me.
Looking back at the progress you are making, there's a lady here. Yep.
To me, success is the ability to impact people's lives positively.
Impact. Positive impact. Okay, pass it to this direction.
Assalamu alaikum. To me, success is fulfillment
And okay, go ahead.
and the courage to rise after failing, and of course, leaving a legacy behind.
Okay, lovely. The next person that you're going to pass the microphone will answer this question that says, who is now name these people who you think are successful. Okay, pass it to whoever is whose hand is up. Give me the name. Give him the microphone. Who is successful in the world? Who can you name a person present in the present world? Yes,
Bill
that's
Gates.
it. Bill Gates.
Yes.
Bill Gates. Okay, pass it to neighbor.
To me, success means one is not successful unless his successor succeed.
Name the person.
Name the person is former president of Tanzania, Julius Kambarage Nyerere, is a very good example of successor.
Okay. Name.
Malam Albani Zaria.
Okay. Name.
The name of most successful person in the world is Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam.
Yeah, I agree with that. I agree that absolutely. But in the present world, people are alive.
Assalamu alaikum.
Yeah,
I think the one we can remember right now.
Yes, they are living.
Late Bashir Bala. I think his life is absolutely successful.
Yes, we agree. Give us names of people that are alive, present world.
Present world.
Yeah.
Like yourself, sir.
No, apart from me. Apart from me too. Okay, another person. This direction. Switch direction. Don't concentrate in one place. Okay, pass it to Rafuka.
So to me, the success is achievement of desire vision. The successful person,
Who has achieved that?
like Prof. Ibrahim Pantami, Ali Isa Pantami,
Okay.
and Prof. Ibrahim Makari, that two person.
Okay. You can see most of our success are tilted toward religion. But I had Bill Gates. But I don't. Okay. Name?
One of the people I can say are successful, I can say Halimot Rafindani. I am successful.
Ah, let's clap for her. Okay. Pass it to Halima. Give it to her back. But why? I will start with you. Why do you think Halima is successful?
I have achieved a lot of things I have wanted to achieve now.
Like?
Yes, academically, I am already an achiever because I have moved from where I was years ago. And I can say I'm somebody that I've wanted to be. I'm already someone that impacts knowledge to others. So I think I'm also successful in that
So
aspect.
you are successful because you impart knowledge and you've achieved academically. Okay? Quickly, last one. Let's take that one.
Associate Ahmad Adam.
No, I said not me. Don't include me in this one. Mention another person and why.
So myself.
Why?
Because I've moved towards so many things. Firstly, for now I'm a PhD student. Secondly, I'm a registrar in one private health institution.
Okay.
Thirdly, politically, I can say that I'm a former candidate in one of my constituency and many more.
Yeah, that's fantastic. I like that. But the exercise is, even if you have not been given the microphone, I want you on your notes, because everyone should be taking notes in this journey, because most of these things that I'm going to share with you, you are going to forget 80% of it in the next 48 hours. But when you write, when you take notes, you make notes, then you can review it later. And the purpose of this workshop is not only for your implementation. It's also for you to impart on other people. And I want you to organize your own workshops, teaching other people what you've learned from this workshop. This could be your friends, your colleagues, your relatives, your family. Gather them and say, I want to share with you the concept of success. Let us redefine what's success. Because when we have a redefinition, an ideal definition of success, our lives will be much better. I will be happier people. So I agree with you. The challenge I'm giving you is I want you to reflect in life and answer these questions. What is success? Who are the successful people and why you think they are successful? And I want you to jot it down, and then at the end of this lecture, and I want you to now reflect back and see if these answers have been different. The answers you've given me now, are they going to be the same answers at the end of this workshop? So that you see where you're coming from and where you will be landing in the end. But I want to start with what I call the Maya of success. The word Maya is a Sanskrit word which means illusion. The Maya means illusion. There are a lot of people that have illusion about what is success. A lot of people in society think that wealth, achievements, and acquisitions are success. So we are going to start by undoing or addressing the illusion that success is wealth, success is achievement, success is acquisition. Because this is not true. Success is not about acquisition. It's not about wealth. It's not about achievement. A lot of people think achievements are success, but achievements are not success. A lot of people think richness, fame is success. In my house, I ask people, I say, in Katsina State, who is the most successful person? That was during Governor Aminu Bello Masari. And someone said, the governor now. Is it not? He's I think in terms of position, the power, he's number one. I said, no. I say, okay, Alhaji Dairu Manga. Why? Because of the money. So, but the measure is not just the power. It's not just the money. It's not about the money. It's not about how famous you are. It's not about intelligence. You might think you are intelligent and you are successful. No. Intelligence is not equals to success. Education is not success. I had Rafindadi Alima say, well, it's a progress, but it's not the true success we're talking about. And I will tell you why. Influence and beauty, these are not the true success we're going to talk about. When I ask people to write down their goals in life, they give me this kind of lists. Richness, fame, power, position, all these things. So, but these are what I call the illusion of external sources of success. The reason why I say these things are not success, because they come from outside. Anything that comes from outside of you, is not success. When we grow up in our society, we wake up and we are told that the most successful person in our street is the rich man, is the counselor, is the chairman. And then we believe with these principles. And all our lives we've been chasing the power, the money, the positions, thinking that that's what makes us successful. But we got trapped. But when we got all these resources, the fame, the power, the position, we realized we are not happy. We are not fulfilled. We are not contented. And then we realized that's not success. We've been chasing things that are wrong. So what people think is success does not lead to happiness. We think that success equals happiness, but this idea is Maya. This idea is illusion. People chase those things I mentioned for the feeling they think those things will give it to them. When we finally get what we want, then we find that success does not lead to happiness. Sometimes, if you get what you want, you are there already. You got the degree, you got the beauty, you got the intelligence, you got the rich, you got the fame, you got the acquisition, the wealth, the achievement, but you are not happy. So what has those things led you to? If you are not happy, then those things are not success. Because those things come from outside of you. If anything comes from outside of you, it's not a success. But things that comes from inside you is what we call success. Because when you say you want acquisition to be the measure of your success, then you want more and more and more. And more has never been enough. You want money, more problem. When you have more money, you want to get more money. Have you ever heard of someone who will say, oh, I've gotten enough money, I'm settling down now? Even the rich people are still chasing for more money. Then there's no any level of contentment when it comes to chasing money. When it comes to chasing acquisition and wealth and fame and power, people don't get enough. It can never be enough. That's why I said success is internal. How I wish people can understand that let the whole world get what they want and see if they will be happy. And that is why a philosopher called Jim Carrey once said, I think everybody should get rich and famous and do everything they ever dream of so that they can see that it's not the answer. Let the whole world get their dreams. Everything you dream of, get it. You want power? Get it. You want money? Get it. And that is when you realize that, oh, that's not the main thing. Right? So many people are so dissatisfied despite what might be their acquisition, despite what they have. They are still chasing happiness. They are looking for it. Why is it? You have power, you have money, you have positions, but you are not happy. So you may have the money, the fame, and all these things, but these things cannot satisfy you. You'll be seeking for more when you get more of it. And in the process, you become more frustrated, dissatisfied, and unhappy, and exhausted. So now, where do we find the true success? You can find success from inside. Because as long as we keep chasing or attaching our happiness to any external event of our lives, which are always changing, then we will always be waiting for that happiness, and then we will not be happy. So, like someone said, success is happiness, contentment, and fulfillment. So all these things you see, happiness, contentment, and fulfillment are internal. They are all internal. And if you attach your happiness to any of these external events, what's going to happen to your success? Your success will be fluctuating. So do not attach your happiness to acquisition, to fame, to power, to anything material. You can be happy if you don't have power. You can be happy even if you don't have money. So do not attach what is happiness to anything external. Material gratification. When you are only happy when you get material things, these are external sources, which is not a true source of success. Because happiness is internal. But where does happiness come from? Happiness does not come from achievement and acquisition. Yeah, you can be happy temporarily, but true happiness, sustained happiness, does not come from achievement and acquisition. Happiness comes from mastery of your mind. Comes from mastery of your mind and connecting with your soul. So, if happiness and fulfillment are what we call success, these things comes from only mastery of your mind. And that's why our today topic is mastery of your mind. They didn't come from any object you attain or anything that you achieve from outside. Material gratification is excellent. I'm not saying don't go look for money, don't go look for power. You can all do all this and they're very excellent. But happiness is internal. You can chase these worldly things, but you should know that when you want to chase success, it's a different journey. You understand what I'm saying? So, achieving what the world calls success is one journey, but chasing for your true happiness is another journey. You have to get it from different direction. So now, let's define what is happiness. We'll be talking about success is happiness. Happiness, happiness. What is happiness to you? Happiness might be freedom, flexibility, time with loved ones, reading, studying, personal development, health, knowledge. Happiness could mean many things differently from different people. But when looking for money, you need to ask yourself, do you lose or gain these things you call happiness? So that's the question, that's the challenge I give you. The first thing you need to do, the first step is define what is your happiness. My happiness is this. I want you to write down what you think is your happiness right now. So jot it down. Write down what you think from your own perspective is happiness. Where do you get your happiness from? And what happens to you and say this is happiness? Is it freedom? Is it flexibility? You can go beyond this list and come out with your list of happiness. I'm not asking you to stick to this list because these are what I call the suggestions. But the question I'm going to ask you next is that, now, do you gain or lose these things you call happiness from chasing money? If chasing money is robbing you of this thing you call happiness, then that money is not success. If the degree, the achievement, the fame, the power that you are chasing is making you lose those things you call happiness, then those things are not success. Those material acquisition could be a trigger for you to have that kind of feeling of happiness. But themselves, they are not the success. They could be means to an end, but they are not the ends themselves. You understand what I'm saying? So now, define what is happiness. For me, happiness is freedom. Happiness is flexibility. If anything, in the course of chasing money or power, I'm losing my flexibility, my freedom, then I don't want it. Because anything you chase that is robbing you of what you personally think is your happiness, then that thing is not success. Don't go for it. And that's what I call, as an economist, I call it the marginal cost and the marginal benefit of money. So when you define what is happiness to you, then you go and see, when you are chasing money, are you losing them? If the answer is yes, then that's the marginal cost of the money. But when you are chasing money and you see that those things you call happiness and fulfillment are adding up, that's called the marginal benefit of money. But a lot of people lose what they call happiness and success when chasing money. So what are the marginal costs and marginal benefit of chasing money? Marginal cost of money is your time, your happiness, your health, your personal goals, your relationships, your sleep. If you are chasing money, are you losing time? If you are chasing time, are you losing your happiness? 50-50, right? If you are chasing money, are you losing your health? People will use their health to chase money and use the money to fix their health. Can you imagine? So if you are losing your health while chasing money, is that a success or not? It's not a success, right? If you are chasing money and you are using your relationship with your loved ones, is that a success? If you are chasing money and you are losing your sleep, your quality sleep, is that a success? You see? So you have to ask yourself, this money I'm having comes at what cost? One of my PhD students, who is a director at CBN, he said, Prof, I really wanted to do this PhD for more than 20 years. And I was not able to do it. And that has been sticking in his mind. He was not happy. And I asked him, I said, so now you've been working in CBN. You have all this money, but you are not able to achieve your personal goal. Do you call that work in CBN a success? Because the money you have from CBN, the work you have in CBN, has robbed you of your personal goal in life. The things you want to achieve in life, you're not able to do it. And you're not happy. He said he was traveling to go to his hometown to cast his vote for the election. On his way, he was called back to the office. And that's how he was not able to vote in the election. He said that thing has pained him so much. He wanted to exercise his civil right to cast his vote. He was not able to do that. I said, this job is costing you so much. You think you have money, money is good, but it's coming at huge costs. A lot of people look at the benefit of the money. They look at the cost of the money. But when you compare the costs and benefit of money, that's when you changing your perspective about money. If this money is coming at higher cost than the benefits, then it's not a success. And I realize in life that there is what I call the point of saturation. There is a point, there is a level you reach in life that anything beyond that comes at no extra benefit, but will come at extra costs. So you have to be careful when you reach that saturation level, where any material acquisition above that level comes with no extra benefit. There are certain level of wealth and acquisition you can have in life that you are beyond your basic needs. And anything you want to acquire above this basic need has no reason, has no necessity. It just coming at extra cost, but no extra benefits. So this is a case of marginal cost with no marginal benefits. So when you settle at this saturation level or saturation point, so for me, as an example, I always believe that I have reached the saturation level as a person. So that's why I'm not clamoring or clinging to get more and more and more, because even if I have more, I don't need it. And it's coming at extra cost than the benefits. So when people are settling, it does not also mean that they give up and stop doing what they could do to improve their status. But it means that deep in your heart, you are contented, you are happy that at this level where you are okay. If anything comes extra, it's a bonus. But even if you say like this, you are happy. So settling down does not mean you give up. It's what we call satisfaction and contentment. Happiness is settling with less, and lack of it is looking for more. If you want to know the true definition of happiness, is being happy with little you have. And lack of happiness is chasing for more. Anytime you are chasing for more and more and more, you are not happy. But when you are settling with less, that's when you are happy. And that's what I call the true success. If you cannot see the value of what you already possess, no amount of fortune will satisfy your craving. So, the indicator that you'll be happy by having more is you being happy by what you have now. It's all in our mindset. So happiness is satisfaction and contentment. Even the prophet has already told us. One of the best form of rich is a contentment of the heart. Right? So being happy with whatever you have is happiness. Success and happiness are not intertwined. Success does not guarantee happiness. You can have all the money, you can have all the position, you can have all the degrees in the world, but that does not guarantee your happiness. And happiness does not require success. For you to be happy, you don't say, okay, I need to wait until I'm successful for me to be happy. No. They can feed each other. So you can have money, you can have power, degrees on all these achievements. Through these things, you can enhance your happiness. Like I said, these are means to the end. So I'm not asking you to stop chasing money, stop chasing your degrees. Do it. But while you are doing it, know that they are not the target. And you should not wait until you have them to achieve the target. Do you understand what I'm saying? So now, if you don't have the degree, does not mean that you should not be happy. If you don't have the power, you should not be happy. If you don't have the money, you should not be happy. That's why I say in my second part of the sentence, it says, happiness does not require success. But people have settled down in their lives. As long as I don't have the money, I cannot be happy. That's imprisoning yourself. You cannot be happy. Even if you have the power, have the money, you want to have more and more. You wait for more, and more will never come. So, but this success and happiness, they can feed each other. And we can have them at the same time. You can see people that are happy and they are also successful, what the people call successful. So I'm not saying choose one. Go for two of them. But these are separate journeys. Go for it separately. One should not wait for the other. And they are not intertwined. Just because you don't have those acquisitions does not mean that you give up on happiness. Let's look at what great scholars have said about success. So it's not me alone that have come up with these philosophies about success and happiness. Let's look at some of the major quotes about success and happiness. Let's start with what Socrates has said. He said, the secret of happiness is not found in seeking more, but in developing the capacity to enjoy less. I want you to reflect on this. This is so deep. You see, the last part of it is developing the capacity to enjoy less. The little you have, be happy with it. Happiness is not found in seeking more. The more you want to get more of this material acquisition, the less happy you become. Another one says, focus on the moment. What is going on with you right now? Don't look at the past. Don't look at the future for the sake of being anxious, if not for planning. But focus on the moment, what you have now, not what you don't have. A lot of people think of what they don't have instead of reflecting on what they have. The moment you think of something you don't have, you should change your perspective and look at the things you have. And that's what makes you happy. And then let's look at another one. He said, freedom is not just about walls and bars, but also about mindset. Some people are not put in a prison, but they are already prisoners of their minds. The best way to keep a prisoner captive is to ensure they never realize they are in prison. A lot of people are already in prison, but really realize they are already in prison. So that's why I want you guys to go and free a lot of people in your lives. Tell them that you are already a prisoner and you don't even know. The easiest way to free someone is to let him know you're already in a prison. You start looking for prison escape. Michael Scofield. They'll start hiring Michael Scofield to free themselves. Everything hangs on one's thinking. Everything you see in life, whether you're happy or not, you're thinking. A man is unhappy as he has convinced himself he is. If you think you're happy, it's because you think you're happy. If you think you are not happy, it's because you think you are not happy. If you are depressed, you are living in the past. If you are anxious, you are living in the future. If you are at peace, you are living in the present. So if you want to be happy, look at what you have today, not what you missed yesterday, not what you are looking for to have tomorrow. So these are things that will also shape us on understanding the concept of success. And I want you to look at these two statements, and I want you to choose which one you think is more important. I want everyone to read it. Read this. Success is earning money, being respected, executing projects smoothly, and receiving accolades like reward, acquisitions, and appreciations. Happiness, on the other hand, is feeling good about yourself, having close relationships, and making the world a better place. Which one is more important? Happiness. Is there anyone that chooses success? So you see from here, I want you to change your mindset. And now in life, do not chase success. Chase only happiness. If what you are chasing is happiness, then how you conduct your life will entirely change. The next time you want to chase money, you start reflecting, how is it going to cost my happiness? If it's going to cost your happiness, you try to adjust how much you commit and how much emotion you put in chasing those money. If anything on this right-hand side is being at cost or at receiving end, then don't do that, because those success are not as important as happiness. But remember, I told you, I'm not asking you to get rid or drop anything you do for success, but make happiness your priority. But you guys, you choose happiness. But which one you think in this world we celebrate the most? So you see, that's why you are the people to change the world. And I want you to go out from this room and change people's perspective. Get them young. Children at schools, at primary schools, your friends, your colleagues, leaders, tell them that the focus of our societal value should be to teach people happiness. Because in the process of chasing success, we miss the happiness. And then the world should start rewarding people for happiness and not just success. And then, okay, now we know happiness is the key. But now, what are the strategies to achieving happiness that does not require success? You are not successful, but you're happy. One of the easiest things to do is to define the meaning of your life. Why are you alive? What is the purpose of your life? If you can come up with a purpose, then no amount of discomfort or challenge or difficulty will be unsurmountable. You can overcome any challenge as long as you are on your way to chase for your purpose. Now let me give you an example of myself. I had the opportunity to work in different places across the world, even in Nigeria, in the oil and gas industry. But I forfeited all those chances and opportunities and focused on academic environment because I've already defined my purpose. My purpose in life is I want to get knowledge and share knowledge to people that will impact their life and the life of other people. And if I will work in the Commonwealth United Nations as an officer, well, I don't know. That will have limited my capacity to do it from my perspective, from the way I'm doing it right now, with my freedom and my flexibility. But you see, it came to me at huge cost. If you look at maybe the salary, the excitement, the travels I could have, but I forfeited all those things what people think are good things to doing what I'm doing here. People called me to Abuja and they rewarded me. They said, you are the global president of the Commonwealth. You led Commonwealth youth. You led 1.2 billion young people, leading 53 Commonwealth countries. And then you came back to Eradua, then, and you are now a teacher in the university. That's so humble. I say, no, that's the greatest thing I could have done. That's the greatest thing I could do. Because for my purpose of my life is not to gather the money, but to see the impact. What makes me joyful is when someone called me on the phone and said, Doc or Prof, this is me. You took us the leadership and personal development course in 2016, 2017. Bilkisu, you remember when we are moving around the country. And they said, from that lecture you gave us, my life has changed. That's more important than money in my pocket. And I went to Kano to teach the young people of Kano State about leadership and personal development back in 2017. And I didn't have enough money to lodge in a hotel. Do you know what I did? I slept in my car. The lesson is that, and then I was inside the car, and it was hot. And then I wind down the glass so I can breathe, and the mosquitoes flood in. That's how I slept that night, and then I wore my suit and went to the lecture and gave lecture to the student, to the young people. You see, that difficulty, that discomfort, that challenge was nothing to me. I didn't feel it because I was chasing my goal. I was chasing my purpose. I didn't care what was happening along the line. And that's a man with a purpose. If you don't have a purpose, slightest challenge will break you down. You will give up. And then at the end, you achieve your purpose, you are happy. You forget all the challenges along the way. So the easiest way to be happy in your life is to define your purpose. A lot of people ask me, join politics. I joined politics. I didn't join politics because I wanted power, I wanted money. No, because I thought that could also give me chance to impact on the people's life. Because sometimes you have ideas on how to impact on people's life, but people don't listen to you because people listen to people that have these titles. You can say beautiful words, but if you are not the former CBN governor, or you are not the former president, you are not the former senator, people will not listen to you. So, do things because you have purpose. What is the meaning of your life? And even if you have a purpose, you realize that you don't need money, you don't need position to achieve your purpose. For me to impart on people's life, I don't need money, I don't need power. Do I need it? So that means if I'm chasing my purpose, there is no money along the line. But money can make it easy for me to do that. That's why I say, I'm not asking you to stop chasing money, but don't make the money to be the condition for you to chase your purpose. So fulfillment comes from achieving the purpose of your life. So if you want to achieve long-term happiness, pursue purpose and fulfillment. Set a purpose and align all your actions around this purpose. Everything you see me doing is around my purpose. If you are a like mind that will help me achieve my purpose, you see me around you. So what's the purpose and meaning of your life? That's another thing I want you to write down. Do this as a personal exercise. If you don't have a purpose in life, I want you to reflect on your values. What do you think you like the most? And redefine your purpose. Anything you do to fulfill this purpose or meaning is what will make you happy. If you don't have a purpose in life, you cannot be happy. The first step of being happy is defining your purpose. So do not look for happiness or pleasure. Instead, just focus on satisfaction that comes from living the meaningful life. Purpose and meaning of your life lead to true contentment. Serving others, especially the ones you love, is also a purpose. What do you want to become later in life? Okay, I'll come to that. But let me explain this one. You see, serving others, especially the ones you love, this is key source of happiness. When you serve other people, that is when you have the true feeling of joy. If you are not here to serve people, you'll not be happy. If you are in this world to serve yourself, you cannot be happy. And that's why I say, in life, the meaning of our lives as Muslims, we are created to do what? As Muslims, we are created for what meaning? What's the meaning of our lives? To worship God, right? To serve God. So now, you are sent to this world, and then your purpose is serving God. If you are not serving God, will you be happy? You'll not be happy. So that's also life. What's the purpose of your life? If you are chasing the purpose of your life, that's when you become happy. If you are not going to be happy. So, now let me ask you this question. And I want one or two people to give me a quick response. To answer the last question that I said, what do you want to become later in life? A quick one. You don't have the microphone, just speak louder. So I want to take you through an exercise. What do you want to become later in life? Someone. You want to be? Are you really getting this lecture? You want to be successful or you want to be happy? You want to be successful? Yes. Yes. Yes, I agree. Yeah, okay, let's hear another one. What do you want to become later in life? Just louder. Say it. Save time. An influencer. People like who? An influencer. Okay. So I like this two questions. I want to be successful. I want to be an influencer. That's what a lot of people say when you ask them this question. What do you want to become in life? But let us learn from the best teachers in the world. The best teachers in the world are children. When you ask a child, I watched a video, a child was asked, what do you want to become in life? He said, I want to be kind and loving. Did you hear that? What's the difference? You said you want to be successful. But this child said, I want to be loving and kind. So our dreams should not be on acquisitions and materials, but in those traits and characters that will lead us to the success. When you are kind and loving, that's when you can be happy. And that's when you attract the success itself. So we have changed our perspective from saying influencer, successful, the governor, I want to be a governor, I want to be a senator, to I want to be someone that is kind and loving and impacting on people's life. But I accept what you said, but we should also be mindful that it should be all centered around serving other people. Everything we do in life is based on 4 reasons. You are here because of one of these 4 reasons. Everything you see human beings are doing is because of these 4 reasons. Because even the Prophet said, innamal a'mal binniyat. Everything we do, even the worship, is because of these 4. But you can amplify your happiness by choosing one of these objectives. And I will tell you which objectives is best to go for. You can be happy. You can do things because you are afraid. Fear. Fear of what? You worship God because you are afraid of what? Hellfire. So fear makes us want to do things. If your teacher says he will flog you if you don't do the assignment, will you do the assignment? Because of what? Fear. People do things because of fear. Number 2, people do things because of desire. What I mean by desire here, people do things in order to seek personal gratification through success, wealth, and pleasure. I'm going to give you the position. I'm going to give you the money. Will you do it? Yes, you do it. Another reason why people do things is because of duty. Because people believe that they are motivated by gratitude, responsibility, and desire to do the right thing. And people do things for love. Things that you don't have done ordinarily. You will do it for love. You see young people waking up late at night making calls, not sleeping by 2, 3 a.m. because of love. Things you wouldn't have done for yourself or for your friend, for your job, but you did for love. So we do things for the people we love. So these are 4 motivations that drives everything we do. So your intention can determine whether you are successful and happy. So we make choices, for example, because we are scared of losing our job, fear, or go in to win the admiration of our friends for love. So I'm going to give you the best intention that I want you to go for in life. I don't want you to go for fear. Don't do things because of fear. Don't do things because of desire. I want you to do things because of 2 things: duty and love. When you change your perception, your intention to just duty and love, that is when you're happy and successful. So duty is doing the things that are related to the purpose of your life. So I'm created to do this purpose. So am I doing it? That's my duty. I'm created to serve God. That's my duty. Am I serving God? Yes. So I don't care what happens to me. I'm poor. I don't have money. I don't have position. Am I serving my duty, my purpose? I'm on my duty post. I serve my purpose. I'm happy. Whatever comes, whatever I missed, I'm on my duty. So duty is doing the things that are related to your purpose of life. It relates to the meaning of your life. Do not look for happiness or pleasure. Instead, focus on satisfaction that comes from living a meaningful life. Purpose and meaning, not success, lead to true contentment. We can withstand discomfort when we can associate whatever we do with our goal, with our purpose, or persons or people we care for. So we can take on more, we can do more when we are doing it for someone we love or to serve the purpose we believe in. So 2 things here: love and purpose. Identify people you love, serve them. Identify your purpose, commit to it. That's happiness. And when you are happy, you attract success. A little success, you be happy with it and you attract more. Appreciation leads to more. When you appreciate little, you get more. La in shakartum, la azidannakum. So happiness and contentment does not come from having more, but having less. And then that less will accumulate to more. But how do you appreciate the less? Is by doing things for our purpose. That's when we become happy. And when we are happy, we appreciate what we have. So appreciation, which is gratitude that leads you to more, comes from happiness. Happiness comes from serving your purpose and serving the people you love. If you love your girlfriend, if you spend 100 million on her, will you feel it? Umar said no, you will not feel it. You know, Umar is Romeo. Okay, now we've come to conclusion that true success is around duty and love. Don't do things because you are afraid. Don't do things because you want power, money, or position, or degree. Do it because it's your duty to do it. Do it for the love. That's number one formula of success. Success equals to duty and love plus continuous learning. If you are not learning, you are not successful. If you are not committing to your purpose, you are not successful. If you are not committing to care, to support for people you love, you are not successful. But like I said, material acquisitions, those gratification, material gratification can help you facilitate achieving these things. But be mindful that they should not distract you or cost you the true happiness. Because in the process of chasing them, because they will facilitate your happiness, they will cost your happiness. So you are losing. What's the purpose? So I want you to change your mind shift. As you're already inside this incubator, before we release you out, you have to have a mindset change. I want you to focus more on your inner side, not your outer. I want you to look at inner well-being of yourself rather than the external validation. People like me, they don't like me, it doesn't matter. Do you like yourself? Yes. You are alone. You come alone and you die alone. And you'll be judged by God alone. وَكُلُّهُمْ آتِي يَوْمَ الْقِيَامَةِ فَرْدًا. You come to God alone, one by one. وَلَا تَزِيرُ وَازِرَةً وِزْرَ أُخْرَى. Focus on yourself, your well-being. If chasing money and power affect your well-being, then that should not be your purpose. But I'm not also saying that a little challenge you give up, because like I said, challenge leads to growth. If you don't want stress, you don't want challenge, you cannot grow. But those stress and challenge should come while you are chasing your happiness, not success. Any success that comes at the expense of mental and emotional health does not lead to lasting happiness. You see people falling sick, chasing power, chasing money, worrying about what people think about them. And you have heart attack, you have blood pressure because people don't like you. Do you like yourself? Then why are you happy? Why are you not happy? So true fulfillment comes from within. So when you are chasing for happiness, which is true success, don't look for it outside. Look inward. It's from inside. And that's why we said the mastery of your mind and your soul is success. The best achievement that can happen to you, if you can master your thinking and your feeling. I can control my thinking, I am successful. My thinking, right? If I can control my feeling, then I am successful. If I cannot control my thinking, I'm not successful. If I cannot control my feeling, I'm not successful. So, the mind, even the prophet said, there is one muscle in the body. If it is correct, it is cured and good, the whole body is good. And what's that? The heart. And with the heart, you feel. The feeling comes from the heart. And the thinking is from where? The mind. And the heart is the soul. So if you can master your soul and master your mind, you are the most successful person in the world. So this is how you do it. If you have negative thinking about yourself and about situation or about other people, if you can intercept that, change that thinking, and make it positive, then you are successful. If you have anger, revenge, and any envy, criticism, comparison, and making you feel bad, what can you do to change the feeling at that moment? Control that feeling is what determines whether you are successful or not. How many people that have the money, the power, the position, but they cannot control their thinking, they cannot control their feeling? Are they successful? No. Then success is mastery of your mind and your soul. But we cannot do that until we let go of certain things. You cannot be happy and achieve success without letting go of negativities. We are all full of negativities. Negative feeling, negative actions, negative thinking. And all these are anti-progress. The first thing I want you to get rid of, to let go of, is external identity and internal negativity. Two negativities I want you to let go. So in the quest of letting go, we are letting go two things. Internal negativity. Okay, let's clear from outside, then we come back and clear from the inside. Let us clear the external negativities. And then we come back later and clear the internal negativities. So I want you to let go of these external negativities. To reset your life for greater success and happiness, you have to let go of, number one, external identity. Who am I? What is my life? What's the purpose of my life? What is success to me? Is it defined by me or defined by society? If what you do is what society say you should do, then you are not on the path for true success and happiness. So you have to let go of what society wants you to be and question whatever societal value we have around us. If society says this is correct, receive it, query it, justify it before you put it on yourself. Don't just say because people do it, I'm going to do it. Because this is what people think of me or want me to do, and I will do it. Unless it is aligning with their purpose. We try to live up to what people think about us, even at the expense of ourselves. There are two kinds of life we can live. The one that society set for us, and the one that we set for ourselves. For example, we go into politics, even if it is against our values or wish, because people say, oh, you should do politics. You should come out and contest. Because people give you that identity, and then you come out and do it. Or we study courses that we don't love. My dad said we should study medicine. Or because the society says whoever studies medicine is the most successful person. Or study engineering. But you don't love the degree. Are you doing what you love, or you are doing what the society wants you to do? I understand that people that love us will always pressurize us to do what they think is good. Sometimes a lot of people do things for the sake of their relatives, their parents. Someone studied a law degree, and she brought the certificate to her dad. Dad, this is the certificate you asked me to do. Keep it. It's your own. And she went on to do another thing in her life. Because I didn't do it for myself. Daddy, you asked me to study law. Here is the law for you. Keep it. Is it not your certificate? She said, no. It's for you, Dad. I didn't do it for myself. I'm going to chase my passion, my purpose. So you have to define what do you really love. And then do what you think is good for you, not what the society said is good. But you always have to justify why you should do what you think is good. Most people have two identities. The one that they want for themselves and the one they create to serve other people's expectations. How many times you do things just not for yourself, but because people want you to do it? So I want you to let go of external identity. So we really create our own values. Redefine your value. What is good, what is bad? What should you give priority? Might be different from what society wants you to give priority to. Because if what you do, give me lights here, come on, buy a charger.
For an open door, don't
Sorry, my laptop battery will go off now. I will try to fix it. Mark. So in the few minutes we go for Zul prayer. So let's finish this. Let go, and let them, and then we go for the short break. Okay. So I want you to create your own values in life. What you think are priorities, the best for your life, not what the society wants you to do. Query what society wants you to do. Justify. If it's good, just go ahead and do it. It does not mean that it's bad to conform to what society wants you to become. The things you value are sourced from inside you or from other people. So always make sure that things I value are coming from myself, not from someone else. Define what are the most important things in your life by yourself and let go of external pressure. The external pressure is people forcing you to do what you don't want to do. That's the one thing I want you to let go externally, right? But you see, like I said, don't just judge society as always bad. Society can give you right values. It's good, but always justify why it is valuable, why it is good that you are going to take it on your life. The second thing I want you to let go is negativity. It is impossible to build a happy life on the unhappiness of others. You are only happy when someone is not happy, then you cannot be truly happy. I want you to get rid of the cancers on the mind. The cancers of the mind are comparing, complaining, envying, criticism, and all these sort of negativities that are inside are called what I call the cancers of the mind. Most people are more good than bad. Anytime you criticize someone, I want you to do this exercise. Write 10 good things about them. You criticize me, then count 10 good things about me. I criticize you once, I should count 10 good things about you. So when you put yourself in this challenge, you realize that a lot of people we criticize are more good than bad. So that's a very helpful exercise that will help you to always think positive, not negative. So this exercise will make you become kind to yourself. Despite our failures and weaknesses, you still appreciate yourselves. So do not give attention to what others do or fail to do. Give it to what you do or fail to do. A lot of people focus on other people, judging people, what they are doing, what they are not doing, while they are not even counting or auditing their lives. Focus on your life. Alayka binafsik. Qu anfusakum. You see, yourself first. Put your oxygen mask before you help others. You are busy looking at what other people are not doing, but you are not looking at yourselves. Look at yourself. What am I not doing? The time, the energy that you are wasting looking and judging other people, criticizing them, comparing them, or comparing them with yourself, you could have used it to audit your life. See, what am I doing well? What am I not doing? So that I can start doing it. Because negativity is contagious. When you live around negative environment, you become negative. Negativity is everywhere, unfortunately. We receive negativities, and it's very easy for us to give negativity back. Sometimes we cannot help but to dish it out as we receive it. Sometimes we report more of bad things than good things. A small headache, a small itches here and there, we report it. But small joys, we don't report it. We are very good at reporting bad things than good things. We compare ourselves to our neighbors, to our friends, to our family. We complain talk behind people's backs, we criticize, we argue, we deceive, and even explode into danger. These are all negativities around us because we reflect to our environment. The more contagious negative around us, the more negative we become and spread it to others. So if you find somebody who is negative, do not associate yourself with that person. Any environment that is negative, leave that place and go to where is positive. The internal source of negativity comes from the following things. So in conversations, emotions and actions comes to us when we think the following items are a threat. Anytime you see somebody who is negative, who is mad, who is angry and revengeful, is because one of these three things is a threat, meaning that he's going to lose one of these three things: either peace, love, or understanding. Anytime you see any person alive doing anything negative, is because he feels he is going to lose one of these things. Peace. People do negative things because they have the fear that bad things might happen to them, or they are going to lose their peace. People fear of not being loved, which is loss of love, which is the second threat. And people fear of being disrespected or not being understood. People become angry when they are afraid that they will lose, some bad things will happen to them, or they will not be loved, or they will not be respected. Any negativity you see is because people imagine that these kind of things are going to be lost. So no matter how you try to avoid your negativity, you will still meet negative people. But how do you manage people that are negative? Sometimes you are a good person. You have a very good control of yourself. But the people you meet are very bad and negative people. I want to share with you a strategy on how to deal with bad people. How to get away from negative people. So this is the strategy. I want you from today to group people in the world into the following categories. People around you, they fall into one of these categories. So group people into these classes and understand where they are coming from so that you can flex. If you understand where people are coming from, you can adjust your life. Okay, this person is negative in this perspective. Okay, he's coming, so he's going to do this act, which is negative. I already know how he's going to behave to me, and I'm going to adjust and receive it, and I know how to respond. Okay, so I want you to think of the world as a hospital. The whole world . Hello. The world is a hospital. And in this hospital, there are a lot of patients. And you are the doctor. Everyone is a patient. You are the medical doctor. Everyone comes to you with their what? With their disease. With their illness. If you are a doctor and people come to you with this illness, will you allow yourself to contract this illness and fight people? What you need to do is to treat them. You receive them with kindness and treat them the way they are. But even in hospital, doctors fall sick too. So in the world of patient, in the world of full of patients, and the world of hospital, there are patients and doctors, and even doctors fall sick. So you are also prone to negativity. So in hospital, even the doctors get sick. So there are people in the world as follows. I want you to categorize people in this life into these categories. And as we go through them, I want you to imagine someone that fall into one of these categories. We have the first category, which is complainers. There are people in life whose diseases or illness is to complain. Complaining without looking for solution. Do you remember someone who is like that? Who is always complaining, no solution. You are smiling. You remember someone, right? Number two, we have people that are called counselors. Not counselors. Oh. Cancel, from cancel. They cancel. They take compliment and spin it. For example, these are people that you tell them, oh, you look so good today. Oh, so you mean yesterday I was not looking good? So even the compliment you give them now, they turn it around, they make it negative. We have people that are called casualties, who think the world is always against them. Anything that happens, they take it personally. He did it because of me. He did it because of he wanted to attack me. And then we have critics. These are people who criticize everybody. Even the person that has been praised the most, they will criticize him. We have commanders. Commanders are people who pressurize people for their personal success. If the assignment was given to them, they will start chasing you, following you to do the assignment for them. They rely on other people to achieve their personal success. So these are people that use people for their personal success. We call them commanders. And then we have competitors. It's me against them. These are people who are in competition. And then we have controllers. These are people who control people. The moment they arrive anywhere, whatever is going on, they will try to control everybody and everything that's going on. So these are controllers. So what I want you to do, I want you to imagine people as they come to you with these negativities and group them into this group of patients or patients. When they come, you already know that they are sick and you are the doctor. The job of the doctor is to help them, right? So you are not to fight them back. If they criticize you, if they try to dominate you, to control you, to cancel their compliment, do not shout back. Do not give back the negativity. Instead, understand where they are coming and you adjust. So I want you to imagine the whole world is a hospital with the above patients. You are also a patient, but everyone can heal the illness of their souls. In hospital, everyone is looking for cure. Even if the doctor falls sick, he will still go to the hospital. Goranga Das once said, don't judge someone with a different disease. Don't expect anyone to be perfect. Don't think you are perfect. So we live in the world of imperfection. When we believe that no one is perfect, we become kind to ourselves, we become kind to other people. So any patient you meet, you understand them and then flex to suit their imperfection. I already know how this person is going to behave, so I already know how to treat him. So now you already know these people. The next question is, how do you neutralize negativities that comes from these people? As this person is giving me this negativity, this is how I'm going to neutralize this negativity. And I want you to also audit yourself. Who are you in this list? Are you more of a complainer, a counselor, a critic? Or who do you know with these characteristics? Whenever you meet this person, you can understand where he's coming from, and then you can neutralize. And how do you plan to respond to them? And now, let's go to the internal negativity. Reversing internal negativity. Some of our negativities are from us. It's not coming from other people. So once we can fix the external negativity, we can then look inside and do something about our internal negativity. Sometimes we are the negative people. We don't always look out for negativity outside. It might be inside us. We are the ones who are doing the envies. We are the ones complaining. We are the ones with the anger. We are the ones with the competition. The only competition that you can allow in your life is the competition in showing love and respect. I want to show more love than him. I want to give more respect than her. So competition breeds envy. When you see people that are envious, it's because their lives is based on competition. The easiest way to avoid envy in your life is to understand that you are not in competition with anyone. They can achieve whatever they want to achieve. They are on their journey. You are on your own journey. Because envy is the greatest enemy to your success. You don't want that. But have you ever been taught how to get rid of it? It comes sometimes naturally. You don't control it. But you should be aware of your feeling and your thinking, and that's the mastery of the mind. To be aware of what's going on. If it's good, you allow it. If it's bad, you intercept it and change it and swap it and make it positive. So avoid competition. Do not compete with people because competition breeds envy. The causing of envy is what I call Schadenfreude. I had to go to Google and see the sound of it, because I read it in the book. It's called Schadenfreude, which means taking pleasure in the suffering and failures of others. You are happy when someone fell. You are happy when someone is suffering. So that's the causing of envy. You don't want to be in this situation. So the more we define ourselves in relation to other people, the more lost we are of ourselves. So I want you to get rid of envy and jealousy. Envy, jealousy, greed, anger, pride, illusion are difficult to completely get rid of them. But we should not stop trying to purify ourselves from them. Real freedom is letting go of the desire that leads us to these unwanted ends. Letting go does not mean wiping all these negative feelings away. They will always come to you. Envy will come to you. Jealousy will come to you. But what matters is what do you do with them when they come? That's what makes a difference. So I'm not saying that you do certain things and that you never feel envy. It's not possible. Or you never feel jealous or anger. They will come. But I will teach you what to do when they come. Small negative thoughts and words are like mosquitoes. Even the smallest one can rob us of our peace. The small mosquito can come and make you unhappy. So small thinking that is negative can make you unhappy. So make sure you watch them out. So I want to give you a strategy when you feel angry, jealousy, envy, anything negative thinking inside you. I want you to do the following things. I want you to do spot, stop, and swap. Spot, stop, and swap. Let's start with the first one, which is spot. To take control of your negative thought, you have to, number one, do spot. Become aware of your negative thought. A lot of people are envious and negative. They're not even aware of it. So lack of awareness is what makes you to continue diving into your negativity. So you have to be aware of your thought, of your emotion. By paying attention to the patterns of negativity, you can identify when they arise and how they affect your mindset. Try not to complain, envy, compare, or criticize people for a week. And anytime you do that, count it. Write it down. Okay, today I envy this person. You write it down. I criticize this person. You write it down. When you can have a jota, a tally of how many times you are negative from yourself, you are likely to see the pattern and what kind of negativity do you normally have and where is it coming from, so that you can audit yourself and see the sources of your negativity. So auditing your thought will enable you to trace their sources. You will notice most of your negativities are caused by ourselves, because the person that is successful that you envy, it wasn't his fault. You didn't do anything negative. He didn't do anything negative to you. But why are you sad and angry? Why are you jealous? He didn't do anything negative to you. It's all happening inside your brain. So when, for example, when someone did not call you on the phone, or someone did not visit you, and then you become angry. You call someone on the phone, the person did not pick, and then you suddenly become angry. Not picking your call, someone not calling you does not mean he's negative. So, but you are the one who decide that this is negative and you started feeling bad about it. It's just like the story of an evil king. An evil king was invited to attend a dinner at the house of a good king. And during the dinner, a food was brought and it was placed in front of the evil king. And the evil king looked at the food and said, poison. This is poison. They want to kill me, right? And then the evil king said, no, I will not eat this food. I will not eat this food. Give me the king's food. I will eat his food. I'm sure this one you put poison inside it. But that one you know put poison. And then everyone laughed. And then they switched the plate. And they gave the evil king the plate of the good king. They swapped the plate. And then he started thinking again. He said, am I being double bluffed? Maybe they know that I will complain about it. They already put the poison in the good king's food, and now they easily exchange it. And then, okay, he was also thinking that this new plate that is brought to him is also poison. And that's how this evil king slept that night without eating food. He was negative to himself, by himself, costing himself. And that's how we are in life. We always think negative toward other people. Some people do things and we translate it as negative, as antagonistic to ourselves, as being critics to ourselves. But if you check back, you realize that you are the one who is already converting that as a negativity. But from their side, they are not being negative. So that's sport. Then stop. If you allow your thinking to continue, it will continue. You envy someone, you hate someone, you have anger towards someone, and you allow that to happen. You see, thinking, thoughts are your babies. You are the one to control them. You can stop them. If you have a thought that is negative, stop it. But you cannot stop it until you spot it. That's why I say support the negative thought and then stop it. If you feel jealous towards someone or envy towards someone, immediately stop it. This step involves interrupting the negative thought patterns as soon as they are identified. Don't allow these thoughts to continue unchecked. Because negative thoughts comes very weak and small, but they grow so big and strong when you allow them to linger. So when they are weak and fragile, kill them before they grow and take over you. The last step is swap. What you are swapping that negativity into positivity, because your brain does not differentiate what you imagine and what is real. Even if the situation is negative, you can still train your brain to believe it is positive. Swap is about replacing the negative thought with positive and constructive ones. Once you interrupted the negative thought, choose a more empowering positive perspective. For example, my strategy is when I envy someone, when I feel hatred towards someone. So I force my mind to think positive and love toward that person. The brain will respond. So for example, if I don't like you, I feel hatred toward you or envy, no one is absent of these negativities. So what I try to do is to immediately change the thinking to a positive perspective of that person. For example, AHD, I will use it as an example. For example, if I feel I don't like you, the moment I realize my brain is taking me toward that negativity, then I will take control. I will spot it, stop it, and swap it. I say, AHG is a nice person. I like his clothing. He's very intelligent. He's a reader. So I'm training the brain to now believe that this positive thinking toward AHD are stronger. And more real than those initial negative thoughts. So the brain is a baby. You educate it. It's not aware. But if you allow it, the mind is always tilted toward negativity. Inna nafsa la ammaratin bisu. If you allow your mind, it will always take you to negativity toward other people. But who is in charge? The strongest among you is the one who controls his word. Anger, and anger comes from your mind, right? It starts from how you process the information. So whenever you have envy towards someone, I want you to spot it, I want you to stop it, I want you to swap it. Change what you are thinking toward that person toward negativity. And I told you, a lot of people are more good than what? Than bad. If you criticize someone once, I want you to praise that person. Come out with 10 positivities about that person. This might involve reframing the situation, expressing gratitude, and focusing on solution-oriented mindset. Anger. Anytime you are angry, I want you to apply spot, stop, and swap to it. You see, two things happen: event and reaction. Someone did something to you, something happened. The next thing that happens to you, what do? You react. That's very bad. Do not do that. So if an event happened once, you put intercept and then you react. So this intercept is what gives you the filtering, the shock observer. When something happened, you intercept it, you analyze the situation. What happened? What was their objective? How am I going to respond? what are the options, what are the consequences of each of these options, and then you decide what are you going to do. So interception before reaction. When you intercept any anger, you are likely to respond better. It's just like the story of a young boy. A young boy has a bad temper, and his dad gave him a backup nails, kusa. He said, "My son, anytime you lose your temper, I want you to go to that wooden fence and hammer a nail into the fence." Within the first day, that boy on that day, because of the online audience, you understand? So because I'm not focusing on the slides, so they need to see the engagement. On that day, the boy nailed 37 nails into the wooden wall. And then the son found it very difficult now to hammer these heavy nails into the wall. And then he found out that if he does not want to hit the nail on the fence, the best thing he needs to do is to control his what? His temper. And now he had motivation why he should check his temper. So the boy now started controlling his temper, because it is easier for him to control his temper than hammering the nail into the wall. And then he told his dad, he said, "Dad, I've not hammered a nail into the wall for 1 week now." He said, "That's good, my son. So I want you now, anytime you control your temper, I want you to go and remove one nail from that fence." So this boy will go and remove one nail from the fence. One nail. Anytime you control his anger, his temper, he will go and remove one nail. After the time when there was no nail, all the nails are gone. That means this boy was able to control his temper. That's control. Being aware. Counting how many times you are angry. And then the father took the son and said, "Come, my son. Well done. You've done a great job. You are not able to control your temper. But let me teach you the lesson." He said, "Look at that fence. I want you to look at the holes you've already created in this wooden fence. When you hit the nail on the fence, you're already creating a hole on the fence. Even if you remove the nail, the hole is still there." He said, "This fence will no longer be what it was. With your words, when you are angry, you can leave a scar. With your words, when you are angry, you can say certain things that will leave a scar behind that are permanent. Because you can put a knife in someone's stomach and draw it out. No matter how many times you say sorry, will that fix the problem?" That's why we say the things we say with our mouth when we are angry, cause us more permanent damage than the physical insult. I mean the physical damage. So we have to be careful when we are angry, the things we say, to control the actions we make. Especially actions, thinking. When you are angry, control 3 things: your thinking, your words, and your actions. Do not act when you are angry. So allow that intercept. So now we are free from our internal negativity. We are now getting rid of, we are doing the stop, the swap, the spot. Whenever we have negativity, envy, and jealousy, we can address people, whoever come to us. We know they are controllers or counselors. We know how to treat them. So we are now able to clean from the outside and from the inside. The next thing I want us to do is now time to build our internal positivity. So when you clean your house, what next do you need to do? Is to bring positive things right into the house. You bring the new couches, you bring the TV, you put nice things around the house. So you as an individual, in this incubator of transformation, the first thing you need to do is to clear negativities. Now they are all cleared. I want you now to put good things into yourself. That's what I call Kisama. Kisama means forgiveness. You cannot be happy if you cannot forgive. Because forgiveness is an antidote to anger. Anger towards someone that hurts you, is a prison you put to yourself. You need to free yourself by doing kasama. When someone hurts you, did something bad to you, or you don't like someone and you are feeling bad about it, it's just like you holding a hot charcoal on your hand, looking for that person to throw it with. Who is burning? You are not burning yourself, because you're not seeing the person. The person is not there. Even if you see this person, you don't have the capacity to even throw it to him, because the charcoal has already burned your hand. So kasama is forgiveness. You cannot be a transformed person, a positive person, if you cannot do kasama. You cannot fix yourself by breaking someone else. A lot of people think, since he has broken me, since I lost it, everyone must lose. When you rise above revenge, you can begin the process of forgiveness. It involves deep shift in perspective, seeing challenges and wrong things that are done to you as opportunities for personal and spiritual growth. There are 4 levels or 5 levels of forgiveness. That is what you call zero forgiveness, conditional forgiveness, unconditional forgiveness, and transformational forgiveness. Zero forgiveness. No matter what happened, I will never forgive. Even if they apologize, I will not forgive. Then we have the conditional forgiveness. Okay, if they apologize, if they show remorse, I will forgive. Unconditional, whether they say they apologize, okay, that's conditional. If they're okay, unconditional, even if they apologize or not, I will forgive them. But transformational forgiveness is whatever happened, whether they say sorry or not, I'm going to forgive them, and I'm going to get a lesson from there. I'm going to transform it, changing the perspectives to positivity. Unconditional forgiveness has been shown to bring peace to the people's mind. If you want to be happy, you have to do unconditional forgiveness. The transformational forgiveness is linked to improve health conditions, including fewer medications, better sleep quality, reduce any kind of somatic systems, including back pain, headache, nausea, and fatigue. Your health will improve if you have a clear mind and peaceful mind toward everyone else. So as you are cleaning your negativity, the next thing I want you to do is to now do forgiveness, which is kasama. The next positive things I want you to put in your body or in your mind is mudita. Mudita. Think to yourself. Will you... Okay, let me explain what I mean by mudita first. Mudita is driving pleasure in other people's success. When someone is successful, I drive pleasure in that. That's mudita. Taking sympathetic and unselfish joy in the fortune of others. When it comes to happiness, there is always a seat with your name. You don't have to worry someone taking your place. If someone is successful, does not mean you cannot be successful. Because in the theater of true success, there's always a place for you. But when you think about success as money and power, then the seats are limited. Because there can only be one governor. There can only be 3 senators. These positions are limited. Then the rest of us that we are not governors and senators, that I mean we should not be happy. Or if I don't have the money, should everyone be, is everyone having all the monies? No. Does that mean the poor people should not be happy? So that's what I'm saying here. So in the theater of happiness, everyone has a seat there. The seats are unlimited. No one can take your place. So be happy. Drive pleasure in other people's success. If you take pleasure in the success of your friends and the success of your family, you are going to experience more happiness than you experience it from your own success alone. If your happiness comes from your success alone, then your happiness is limited. But if I can be happy for your success, I can have more happiness than I could have when all this happiness comes from my success. The way to success is multiple. Why do you set ourselves up for negativities when we can celebrate other people's success? When somebody is successful, some people will feel negative. They are the ones punishing themselves for that. So I want you to reverse envy. Anyone you feel negative, I want you, somebody is getting success, think to yourself, Will you take away what is given to them, even if it's not going to be given to you? Someone bought a new car and you are not happy. Now ask yourself, if this car is taken away from him, is that car going to be given to you? If the answer is no, then why are you unhappy? It's not your car. It's not coming to you. Even if we take it away from him, it's not going to come to you. So always train your thinking. Your thinking is not wise. You are the wise person. You are the one to control your thinking. Envy is more destructive to you than whatever your friend has accomplished. That car is not going to reduce you with anything. But that feeling of negativity you have because he has a new car is going to destroy you. So which one do you choose? The car has no harm, but your feeling of negativity toward that person is harmful. I want you to also focus more on yourself. The less time you fixate on everyone else, the more time you have to focus on yourself. The fastest way to take control of your life is to stop controlling everyone around you. Focusing on other people is enormous waste of energy and time and attention. So focus on yourself, not other people always. Stop thinking, worrying, and obsessing about what other people are doing or not doing, what they are feeling, saying, or thinking about you. It's none of your business. If you have to be a transformed and happy person, a happy person is a successful person, and is the person that does not worry about what people think or say about themselves, about them. So you have no control of what people say about you. Do you have control of what people feel or think about you? No. Don't focus on things that you cannot control. Children has taught us this. I said the best teachers are children. Because I remember a child was called on the stage to give a speech. The girl memorized her lines. And it was so obvious that she has forgotten her lines because she memorized it. And it was very embarrassing for the girl on the stage. And if it was me, I would feel bad about myself for the next 1 month. Me on the stage, forgetting my points, I cannot speak, I've forgotten everything I memorized. That's what very shameful. But this girl taught me a lesson. When I got up to the stage, the first person I looked for was this girl. Is she feeling bad? Is she being angry that people are judging her badly because she has done a bad speech? What I saw was amazing. This girl didn't bother. She was playing, smiling, and happy because she didn't care what people say about her. She has done a bad speech and she's happy. So we should learn from children. Be happy, irrespective of what people think or say about us. You will have so much peace in your life. Your peace will improve by 50% when you don't care about what people think or say. Do not have feeling, frustration, or expectation of what people should do or what should not be doing. What people are doing or what they should be doing is none of your business. Don't try to change everyone. Change how you deal with them. That's your purpose. He is doing this, that's his own thing. But that does not stop you from trying to change people in a good way, in a positive way, if you have control over them. But being worried about what people are doing, what they are not doing, is not healthy. It's not being successful. That's what I mean by let them. Let go and let them. And then let go of fear. Fear is the greatest limitation to our success. You don't want stress. You don't want challenge. You don't want failure. You don't want difficulty. And because of this fear, you limit yourself to your comfort zone. And all those things you want to achieve are outside that comfort zone. And then you missed it. So fear limits our possibility and success. Fear has never prevented death. But it always prevents life. Fear does not stop anything. No matter how much afraid you are, you cannot stop what's supposed to happen to you or what will happen to you. Fear gets the worst of us, gets the worst of the best of us. Fear of stress and challenges limit us. Stress and challenges are what makes us stronger. A lot of young people, they don't want to be in the state of stress and challenge because it's stressful. It's a challenge. They don't want to do it. So the difficult things are the most important things. If the things you do are the easy things, then you are no different from the rest. When you do difficult things, that's what makes you outstanding and different from others. So when you want to do it the least, that's when you need to do it the most. Anything that is difficult, that's the thing you need to do. If it is easy, don't do it. So I want you to walk through your fear until it is no longer scary anymore. So when you have fear and then you go through the fear is no longer a fear, because the minimum point of fear is the maximum point of danger. The maximum point of danger is the minimum point of fear. When you're already in the fear, and the fear is no longer there. You are afraid of lion, but now you're already in the lion's mouth. Will you be afraid again? You're already gone. But where does this fear comes from? Fear comes from attachment. And the cure to fear is detachment. Do not attach anything to your life. Everything in your life is temporary, is transient. You do not own anything. Because people are afraid because they want to lose, they're afraid of losing something. But when you tell yourself you don't have anything, then you have nothing to lose. The source of fear is from our attachment to our needs to own and control things. Do not own and control things. So I want you to practice detachment. I want you to realize that everything from your house to your family and everything you possess is a borrowed thing. This car I have is borrowed. This house I have is borrowed. This degree I have is borrowed. You are borrowing all these things. It's not yours. It does not belong to you. Because clinging to temporary things, trying to own things that are temporary, give them those things power over you. But when you say they are temporary, you have power over them. And those things can become source of fear and pain to you. Because what you have can be a source of fear. Because I have my phone, but it can be a source of fear. What if it got lost? Okay, this phone is mine. It's temporary. Anytime I can lose it. It does not belong to me. I borrowed it. If I lose it, I've already borrowed it from someone and he has taken it away. So do not cling to temporary things. This life is transient. It's temporary. When you realize that everything is like a borrowed thing, you will appreciate and have more gratitude for having them for a while. You see, when I didn't have a car, I remember back in 2006 or 7, I borrowed someone's car. And that feeling I had when I borrowed that car for a week was more joyful than myself owning my car. Because what I did, for that 1 week, I knew I was borrowing that car. I made sure I utilized it to the fullest. Because that was the only moment I could have a car. All my girlfriends, all possible girl around, then I have to drive to her to show her I have a car. I remember I have to go to WTC and pick one girl and took her back to the house. So I utilize that car more than I'm utilizing my car now. So when things are temporary, you make use of it better. Because you know that anytime you are going to lose it. When you look at your family as a borrowed family, you are going to lose them anytime. What do you do? To spend more time with them. Right? When you know that this knowledge you have is temporary, you can forget it. Or it can be outdated. What do you need to do now? To make sure you utilize it and you share it to other people. If I have knowledge, I keep it. What's the benefit? The purpose of knowledge is to share it. To practice it and to share it. Two things. If you don't practice it, if you don't share it, it's of no use. So anything that you come up as a list of things you fear, I want you to detach yourself from it. What is your greatest fear in life? Death. Right? Don't be afraid of dying. Because life you have is temporary. You borrowed it. The person that borrowed you the life can take it away any moment. So what do you need to do is to make the best use of your life before it's taken away. It's not yours. It's that car I borrowed. Right? Make best of use of it. Explore any opportunity you have around. Even internal and external fear. People are afraid of illness, disease. The health you have today is borrowed health. Make best use of it. Even the Prophet has already told us this, right? It's a hadith. Use your youthhoodness before you get old. Use your health before sickness. Use your life before death. And that usage, that utilization can only come if you think those things are borrowed, can be taken away from you any moment. So anything you have, enjoy it as it lasts. Don't fear losing what you have, but enjoy while you have it. Everything is temporary. You don't fear losing it because you know that they will go away anyway. Everything you have here will go away. Then why are you afraid of it? You accept you will go away. Then why are you afraid of trying things in life? You will still go away anyway. Okay, time, right? So I have a few more slides, I think 1 or 2. Okay, so breathing. Sometimes it's easy for us to control our thinking and control our soul if you can control our breathing. The thing that started with us and will end with us is our breath. There is nothing that you are born with apart from your body that is staying with you from beginning to the end, which is breath, the breathing you do. So any kind of feeling you have, the only difference, the only thing that changes is your breath. When you are stressed, what changes is your breath. When you are angry, is your breath that has changed. We experience every emotion with the change of breath. Once you learn how to navigate and manage your breath, you can navigate through any situation. So if you're angry, it means that your breathing has changed. Your breathing pattern has changed. When you are sad, angry, emotional, your breathing has changed. So what you need to do is take control of your breathing. There's so many breathing exercises. One of the easiest one is to take a long internal breath, which is inhaling for a long time, deep breath, inhaling, exhaling with deep breath. You can even count it as long as you can for a longer time. The longer, the better. You are controlling your breathing. That way you are controlling how you feel. If you are too much angry at the moment, change your breathing. So I'll teach you about breathing, I think, later part of the slides. And then lastly, the most powerful drug for success is gratitude. If you appreciate what you have, you will have more. Gratitude gives you more success, peace, and happiness. Gratitude is not just about acknowledging positive experience. You're also finding lessons and growth in challenges. You lost a job, or you lost someone. Use that as opportunity to learn something, get a lesson, and get advantage from that. What lesson can you learn from this person's life? That could be the takeaway that you should focus on. So look for advantage in difficult situation and be grateful for it. Look for the advantage in different situation and be grateful for the opportunities they provide for personal development. So gratitude. Don't worry too much about the past, the future. Focus on what you have now and be aware of the present and appreciate it. Gratitude for the progress you are making in knowledge and skills gives you more. Appreciate small things. A lot of people appreciate only big things. Even small success and achievement, you should celebrate it. Rather than focusing on what we lack, we should express thanks to whatever we have at the moment. And we should do that every single day in our lives to appreciate our lives and things we have. And always be grateful to other people, and especially the one that deserves more gratitude. Who is that? God, right? Who deserves all the gratitude is God. If you appreciate God, God will give you more. La in shakartum. But then how do you show gratitude to God? By worshiping Him. Worshiping God means you are thankful. I carried a young boy. I said, you see, if you want to be successful, if God gives you money, be closer to God. Then God will give you more. But if God gives you money and you start doing bad things and not worshiping God, God will take away His things. Say, oh, really? Say, that's true. And you can see the change, the impact that is already made on him, and which is true. So how do you show gratitude? Gratitude is awareness and loyalty. You have to bring it to your attention. God, you have given me this wristwatch. You have given me this health. You need to be specific in saying the things that God has given you. Though you cannot count it, but try as much as you can to remember those that you can count. And come, imagine it. Say it in your imagination or in your private prayers to God. And say, God, you've done this to me. You enable us to do this conference today. We are grateful. So make gratitude your daily affairs. If the only prayer you do in your life is gratitude, that's enough. You don't ask God anything. Allah nagode. That's the only prayer you do. That's enough. You don't have to pray for money. You don't have to pray for power. You don't have to pray for fame and anything. Just say, Alhamdulillah. Single prayer, that's enough. So gratitude is the greatest powerful drug we can have for our greater success. But the second part of it is loyalty. Loyalty to Allah. You cannot be happy when you don't worship God, when you are not loyal to God. As Muslims, we cannot talk about happiness and productivity and success when we don't talk about the spiritual part of it, the faith. Because we have several verses. وَمَنْ أَعْرَضَ عَنْ ذِكْرِي فَإِنَّ لَهُ مَعِيشَةً ضَنْكًا. Several verses. Anyway, so before I conclude, I want you to reflect on this statement. And this is second to the last one, so that we break to be loyal and grateful to Allah, right? So it's time now to do gratitude for Zuhr prayer. So the following words are the words of Steve Jobs. And this will also help us to change our perspective about happiness and success. Steve Jobs was once the richest person in the world. He has invented the Apple company. He's the greatest innovator. At his dying bed, he looked back at his life and realized what was true success. And he has the following things to share with us as success. So what I want you to do is to reflect on this statement as he said it at his dying bed. He said, this statement, he made it when he was about to die, 2 days before his death. He said, at this moment, lying on sick bed and recalling the whole life, I realized that all the recognition, all the wealth that I took so much pride in have paled, have already fade away and become meaningless in the face of impending death. When death comes, all the monies you have, they mean nothing to you. Like one of the musicians said, all her aeroplanes, the private jet she had, the money she had, the followers she had on Facebook, on social media, she had them. No longer hold the meaning. But that's what she has been serving throughout her life. If you are on your deathbed, right? That's the word. When you are deathbed, and you look back and see the things that you've struggled in life, they are meaningless, then you've wasted your years. If what you have done was chasing power and money, and you look back at your dying bed, and then you hate those things, that means you wasted your life. But at your dying bed, when you look back and see those things you have done, and then you are happy, that means you have lived a meaningful life. You can employ someone to drive the car for you, make money for you, but you cannot have someone to bear the sickness for you. So your health is more successful than having the money to get the drivers that will drive you around. So health, be grateful for your health. Material things lost can be found. If you lost your phone, you can find another one. You can buy another one. But there is one thing that you can never find when it is lost. What's that? Life. So be grateful for your life. So, but some people have life, but they are not living because they are already living for the money and all those material gratification. When a person goes to the operating room, he will realize that there is one book that he has yet to finish reading, and that's a book of healthy life. So focus on health. Health is a form of success. Whichever stage in life we are right now, with time, we will face the day when the curtain comes down. We will die. Treasure love. Treasure love for your family, love for your spouse, love for your friends. Treat yourself well, cherish others. So Bill Gates is teaching us that don't go for money. Don't go for all these companies building corporations and things like that. Look at what Bill Gates is saying. He didn't say go and learn skills. Did he say that? He said focus on your health. Focus on your life. Focus on giving love. And that has already corroborated what I said about duty and love and continuous learning. So it's not me that said that. As we grow older and hence wiser, we slowly realize that wearing $300 or $30 watch, they both tell the same time. You have the same house. Your house is 20 million and his house is 1 million naira. But you all go in and have the same sleep. He might even sleep better than you. So what's the difference? Why are we in the quest and competition to have more money than other people? You are not in competition to be more famous, to have more power and more wealth than anyone else, because life is the same. We sleep, we sleep. We eat, we eat. We need health. Everyone needs health. We all have our health. The best thing you need to do to be happy is to appreciate what you have and use it at this moment. He continued and said, whether we carry a $300 or $30 wallet handbag, the amount of money inside it is the same. So why are you going for expensive life? Whether we drive $150,000 car or a $30,000 car, the road and distance is the same. And we get the same destination. You see someone buying a 40 million naira, 100 million naira car. That's wastage. I'm sure this is recorded. I hope you not repeat this in the future. When I bought my 100 million naira. But I didn't pray for that. Yeah, I didn't pray for that, because driving a 100 million naira car and 20 million naira car is the same experience. So why do you waste that 80 million naira car? 80 million naira in between. Because life is the same. The journey, the experience is the same. Because you are doing it for external validation. And that 80 million naira you put in addition cannot give you the benefits, cannot give you happiness. Right? So why are you spending 80 million to validate other people's expectations of you? But you can use that 80 million to now do things you take as duty and love, and you feel fulfilled and happy. Whether we drink a bottle of $300 or $10 wine, the hangover is the same. Whether, for them, right? Yeah. That's why I didn't ponder on it. Whether the house we live is 300 or 3,000 square feet, loneliness is the same. You realize that your true inner happiness does not come from material things of this world. So this is one of the things that is related to what we've been saying this morning. So this last statement is the highlight of what we've been discussing this morning about success and happiness. Your inner happiness does not come from material things. So, Mr. Successful, you see, the argument I was making is that a lot of people delay happiness until when they have the money, until when they have the position. So my philosophy is that even if you don't have them, you are still not excluded from the theater of happiness. Because in this cinema of happiness, everyone has a seat with their names on it. But in the cinema or the theater of success or money or wealth, the seats are limited. If someone is sitting on that seat, you cannot sit on top of him or her. So happiness is open for everyone. Whether you fly first class or economy class, if the plane goes down, you go down with it. It makes no difference. And I wonder why people even go for first class. Bilkisu, I know you're a fan of first class. You travel around the world. You use economy? You sure? So it's all the same. So what Steve Jobs is teaching us is that be humble and don't go overboard on these things called material things, but do your best to focus on your internal peace and happiness. Therefore, I hope you realize when you have met friends, old friends, brothers and sisters, you could chat with, laugh with, talk with, sing songs with, talk about south and north and west, heaven and earth. That's true happiness. So he is telling us that people you spend time with, having fun with people around, is more fun than material wealth. So me spending time with my best friends, laughing, enjoying ourselves is more successful than giving me 10 million naira. Is it true? Well, let's imagine that. Let us value it as worse as that. That way we will appreciate having people around us. There are some people have lost in their lives that they can pay 50 million naira, 100 million naira to bring them back alive. But you have those people around you. Spend time with them. That because having time with those guys is more valuable than 50 million. Because there's someone who can spend 1 billion naira to bring back his parents. But you have your parents. That means the time you have with your parents are more valuable than 1 billion naira. So ladies and gentlemen, as we are now still midway into this transformation incubator, we've learned the strategies to master our minds through letting go of negative thoughts and negative habits of envy, jealousy, anger. And we have all these strategies available to us. And make sure that you review your notes to put these things into practice and share it with other people. And now we understood that success is not material acquisition. And then happiness does not require material acquisition. That we can still be happy even if we don't have all the monies in the world. So when we return, we are going to go into the theory of one thing, which is now moving into productivity. We define success. Now we've also cleared negativities from outside and from the inside. We now know how to do gratitude. And now we redefine what is happiness. The next thing we need to do is to now go into life and become productive. So that's what we're going to do when we return after this 30 minutes break. We'll be back here by 2 o'clock. And then we eat. So there is food that is going to circulate with drinks. And then we pray outside. And then we return here by 2 o'clock. At the end, we are going to have conversation. You guys, you can challenge some of the things I said. You can ask questions. We also allow you to contribute from your own perspective, so that when we resume, I will try to make my presentation very short to allow you to contribute, to hear your perspective, so that it's going to be a co-creative way and we learn from each other. Genius, I congratulate you. Thank you so much and see you later.
In the kingdom, I can feel you fade away from the kitchen to the bathroom.
Wow.
Sinking.
Doctor has given us a tagline. لَإِن شَكَرْتُمْ. Thank you so much. And I'm sure wherever Dr. Mukhtar Damalam is, he is so much buried with happiness and fulfillment, because that is what he always envisions for the club. How we run our life in compliance with our spiritual and cultural norms. And this presentation has just done that. So I have a question. A $300 watch and a $30 watch, what time do they tell? The same. A $300 bottle of water and a $30 sachet of water, how much amount of thirst do they? Hawa Umar, hawa. Okay, what amount of thirst do they quench? The same, right? So I think it is time to go and quench that thirst. And the watch has said that it's time for us to pray. So I think, which one do we start with? Which one? Let's vote. Food or prayer? Food or prayer? Okay, this side. Do we pray first or do we eat? Okay, let's pray. The majority. So the majority, let's pray and then we come back for our lunch.
Don't cut me down, throw me out, leave me here to waste. I once was a man with dignity and grace. Now